A 2023 clinical review published by the European Society for Clinical Nutrition and Metabolism found that nearly 45% of adults over 60 experience measurable muscle loss each year, yet most remain unaware until mobility becomes visibly compromised. This gradual decline, known as sarcopenia, doesn't announce itself with dramatic symptoms. Instead, it quietly erodes strength, balance, and independence through subtle signs. Difficulty rising from a chair, slower walking speeds, or unexplained fatigue after routine tasks. What makes this particularly concerning is that by the time weakness becomes noticeable, significant muscle deterioration has already occurred. Today, I'll reveal why certain vegetables, when strategically combined with turmeric, matter critically for seniors noticing early muscle weakness, and exactly who these targeted nutritional interventions are designed to protect. I'll share 3 specific vegetables that, when paired with turmeric, don't just address muscle preservation, but also enhance joint mobility, reduce inflammation-related pain, and restore the physical confidence many seniors thought was permanently lost. But here's what most people overlook. One of these vegetables contains a compound that, when activated by turmeric's curcumin, triggers a cellular response rarely discussed outside university research labs, a response that directly counters the metabolic pathway responsible for accelerated muscle breakdown in aging adults. And there's a critical timing factor surrounding another vegetable on this list that, if ignored, could mean the difference between maintaining independence and requiring assistance with daily activities within months. Understanding why these specific vegetables matter when combined with turmeric requires examining how sarcopenia progresses differently than general aging. Sarcopenia isn't simply about getting older. It's a clinically defined condition characterized by progressive loss of skeletal muscle mass, strength, and function that directly threatens independence. According to research from Johns Hopkins Medicine, sarcopenia affects approximately 10% of adults over 50, but this percentage increases dramatically after 60, with prevalence reaching nearly 50% in those over 80. What makes this condition particularly insidious for seniors is that muscle loss accelerates during periods of inactivity, illness, or inadequate nutrition, creating a cascading effect where weakness leads to reduced activity, which further accelerates muscle deterioration. The vegetables I'll discuss today contain specific phytonutrients and compounds that, when bioactivated through turmeric's curcumin, target the underlying inflammatory and oxidative stress mechanisms driving sarcopenia. This isn't about generic healthy eating. It's about precise nutritional strategies that address the cellular processes responsible for muscle protein breakdown in aging adults. For seniors over 60 noticing early warning signs like reduced grip strength, slower movement, or unexplained fatigue, these targeted combinations offer a practical, evidence-based approach to preserving muscle mass before irreversible loss occurs. Let's examine these 3 vegetables and how turmeric transforms their muscle protective potential. Third, beets. When researchers at the University of Exeter examined nitrate-rich foods and muscle function, they documented something remarkable. Beetroot supplementation improved muscle contractile efficiency by up to 13% in adults over 60, a finding published in the Journal of Applied Physiology that directly addresses the cellular energy deficit underlying sarcopenia. Recent university research has identified that beetroot contains high levels of dietary nitrates, which can improve muscle contractile efficiency. The mechanism centers on nitric oxide production. Beets deliver concentrated dietary nitrates that convert to nitric oxide in your body, dilating blood vessels and increasing oxygen delivery to muscle tissue. This enhanced perfusion combats the reduced capillary density that occurs with age-related muscle loss. When combined with turmeric's curcumin, which reduces oxidative stress in muscle cells, the effect amplifies. Nitric oxide pathways function more efficiently when inflammation is controlled. The American College of Sports Medicine recommends 300 to 500 milligrams of dietary nitrate daily for older adults experiencing muscle weakness, equivalent to roughly 1 medium beet or 250 milliliters of beetroot juice. Studies suggest that 300 to 500 milligrams of dietary nitrate from beetroot can provide beneficial effects for muscle function in older adults. One critical factor most seniors overlook: Consuming beets within 2 to 3 hours before physical activity maximizes nitric oxide availability when muscles need it most. This timing window determines whether you're supporting muscle contraction during the precise moments that build or maintain strength. While beets offer powerful vascular support for muscle tissue, they're particularly effective for seniors with concurrent cardiovascular concerns affecting muscle perfusion, whereas the next vegetable targets a more fundamental cellular mechanism that addresses muscle protein breakdown itself. Second, broccoli. Here's what catches most people off guard about broccoli. This cruciferous vegetable contains sulforaphane, a compound that activates a specific cellular pathway called NRF2, which has been identified in research from Johns Hopkins University as a critical regulator of the genes responsible for preventing muscle protein degradation. Sulforaphane from broccoli activates the NRF2 pathway, which regulates genes involved in cellular protection and has been studied for its potential effects on muscle health. This matters because sarcopenia isn't just about building muscle. It's fundamentally about stopping the accelerated breakdown that occurs when oxidative stress overwhelms your muscle cells' protective systems. When curcumin from turmeric combines with sulforaphane, you're essentially activating two complementary defense mechanisms. Curcumin suppresses inflammatory signals, while sulforaphane upregulates your cell's internal antioxidant production. The Linus Pauling Institute recommends 3 to 5 servings of cruciferous vegetables weekly for older adults, with each serving containing approximately 90 to 120 grams of raw or lightly cooked broccoli. Nutritional guidelines often recommend 3 to 5 servings of cruciferous vegetables per week for optimal health benefits. But here's the preparation detail that determines everything. Sulforaphane forms only when myrosinase enzyme contacts glucoraphanin, both present in raw broccoli. But cooking above 140 degrees Fahrenheit destroys myrosinase. The workaround? Lightly steam broccoli for 3 to 4 minutes maximum, or consume it raw, or add a small amount of mustard seed powder after cooking. Mustard contains myrosinase. Without this step, you're destroying up to 90% of the active compound before it reaches your muscle tissue. Though broccoli effectively protects against muscle breakdown through cellular defense activation, it's especially valuable for seniors with metabolic syndrome, while the next vegetable delivers the most direct support for actual muscle protein synthesis. If you're new here and would love to join the Health Waiver community for free, where we share tailored health tips for seniors just like you, hit that subscribe button now. Also, drop a comment below. Let us know how old you are and how your health has been lately. We read every single one. First, kale. Kale delivers a nutrient profile that directly addresses the amino acid deficiency underlying muscle loss in aging adults. Specifically, it provides significant amounts of leucine-rich plant protein alongside vitamin K1, which researchers at Tufts University have linked to preserved muscle mass in older populations through its role in protein carboxylation. Research has examined the relationship between vitamin K intake and muscle mass preservation in older adults. The critical interaction occurs at the cellular level. Vitamin K activates osteocalcin and matrix GLA protein, both calcium-regulating proteins essential for maintaining the structural integrity of muscle tissue, while leucine triggers mTOR signaling, the primary pathway for muscle protein synthesis. When turmeric's curcumin enhances insulin sensitivity in muscle cells. As demonstrated in clinical studies, it amplifies leucine's anabolic signal, making protein synthesis more efficient. Curcumin has been studied for its potential effects on insulin sensitivity. The National Institutes of Health suggests older adults consume at least 90 to 120 micrograms of vitamin K daily, achievable with just 1 cup of raw kale, approximately 67 grams, which also delivers 2 to 3 grams of protein with a complete amino acid profile. For practical implementation, massage raw kale with a small amount of olive oil to break down tough fibers, making nutrients more bioavailable. Then add to smoothies or salads alongside a turmeric black pepper dressing. Piperine in black pepper increases curcumin absorption by 2,000%. If raw kale's bitterness is prohibitive, sauté briefly with garlic and mix with turmeric spice dishes. The fat-soluble vitamins and curcumin both require dietary fat for absorption. Kale stands apart as the most comprehensive muscle-supporting vegetable for seniors experiencing generalized sarcopenia, particularly those with inadequate protein intake, offering both the building blocks and the regulatory compounds necessary for maintaining muscle mass and physical independence. These three vegetables, beets, broccoli, and kale, offer science-backed pathways to combat sarcopenia when combined with turmeric's curcumin. Start by incorporating one into your daily routine, then gradually add the others for comprehensive muscle protection. Which vegetables surprise you most? Subscribe to HealthWaver for more evidence-based health strategies for seniors, and comment below with your location and thoughts. Thank you for watching and taking charge of your health.